Hello guys, welcome back to the university. Yes, so in the last session or in the last video, I am able to teach you how to use and download the composer and use it inside Visual Studio Code. So if you haven't watched that video yet, please go over that video because that video is very important for you to run your Google application or your first Google application. Yes. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to compile or to make your own uh, app, right? So that can be integrated to Google Sheets. So but before that, before anything else, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get updated whenever I post new videos like that. Okay, so let's start. All right. So as I mentioned, if you haven't know watched the video or you do not know how to use the composer, I suggest you guys to go back and watch that video first so that there will be no problem if you start compiling your first application. All right. So another requirement that you must have is this one, right? So you can go to Google Cloud Platform and establish yourself there. I mean, make an account, right? So make an account and create your first project. All right. So this account will make you enable your account to work with the development team, right? So or develop your own application. Okay, so you can connect your website to the Google Sheet, to YouTube, if you have this one. So if you have the permission from Google, manage their or make use of their apps. So for me, I'm gonna make one application for spreadsheets because that's the subject of this video. All right, so let me just well, so this one I am admin. I think I am admin. All right, so this one is my project. Okay, I hope you can see. So that's entitled G Sheet Control. All right. So when you see that, I'm gonna go back a little bit and okay. So this is not a tour, guys, but I think I might be able to expose my credentials here. There's there is the credential. All right, and here you need your credentials to run. Right, these are the keys, as you can see on the icon right here. This is the key so that you can make use of Google Sheet and other applications. So remember to configure the auth consent screen, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So here we go. But right now is so you need to create your credentials basically. Okay. So click that for API key. So I have mine, guys. So follow the steps in creating your credentials, and then when you click this email, okay, you are going to get your API key. Alright, so there we go. And so if you create keys, alright, so add key and then create new key, and then that's gonna be a JSON file. Okay, so you're going to download this and save it inside your htdocs. Okay, save nyo dun sa htdocs nyo. Okay, after saving it in your htdoc, you are ready to go. All right, upon saving it to your HD docs, you are ready to go. And the next step is to install, okay, the API, so Google API, so the latest version. All right, so it needs to be installed. So you just have your key, but the thing that will run the key is or the what do you call this? Um, yeah, it's like the engine, okay, where the key should fit, and if the two combine together, so they will run. All right. So this is just the key, and you need your motor. So you insert it, okay. You compile it. I mean, right. So you open your command prompt. All right. So where is my command prompt? All right. Let's yeah. So here is my command prompt, guys. There we go. And write or type this, run this thing. Okay. But since I was able to do it a while back, I do not need to do it again. Alright, so something is wrong with that. Alright, so my yeah. So if you press enter, okay, so this will install the latest version of API client. Okay. So for me, I have installed that already, so I do not have to do that. But for you guys, if you haven't installed the API key for Google, okay, so do so because your application will not run if this is not installed. All right, so let's go ahead and close the command prompt because, as I've said, I'm able to uh, compile it a while back, so I do not have to do it again. Okay, so I hope you guys saw that thing. Okay, and well, the next thing that we can do is to write a program. Okay, so where is my program? Notepad, and I should go to my yeah. Alright, so this is my Visual Studio Code, guys. There we go. And I'll be explaining this thing to you. Okay, so you have your API key, which is in JSON, and that is saved on your HT docs. You were able to compile the latest version of Google API client. Now you are going to write the program. All right, so let's start. Okay, but I have already um, made the program. Okay, so happened that there are errors. Okay, so random it's very few times that you'll be able to compile it without a problem because there are modifications that have been done. Okay, so there might be something that might go wrong. Okay, so don't expect too much. All right, so guys, here we go. So I basically have. So let's remove that. I basically have a basic HTML file right here. And then inside that HTML file, I have a form that when clicked, right, will trigger something. So this will be my trigger, all right. So and then the first code inside that PHP is if he said $_post submit. So meaning to say if this button is clicked, all right, is set. So the codes inside the if statement uh, will be executed. All right, so let's paste the code right here and talk about it one by one. All right, so the first code that will be executed is require. So the vendor autoloaded.php, which is inside the current directory. All right. So meaning to say, PHP will try to find where is this thing and execute that. So vendor autoload that PHP, and then if it was able to do that, so it will deal with the second code. So this code has something to do with waking up Google Client or Google Sheets, right? Or Google rather. So and there will be a new client, okay, which is a new Google client, okay, and that client will make use of will make an application, okay, make use of an application which is entitled Google Sheet API PHP Start. But you can actually rename this in any way possible, like for example, my first app. Okay, first app. So simple as that, or you can do it like that. So there's no problem with that. And then scopes. All right, set scope. So this are functions, right? The yellow commands are functions, right? So it's a built-in function. So you do not have to. You just have to write it that way. So the scope is it's gonna get the Google service sheets and make use of spreadsheets, right? And then access type, you can access it offline, all right? So it's the declaration, and then set authorization configuration. So it's gonna look for the credentials.json, okay, which is inside your htdocs. If it was able to find that, okay, so it will start the service, okay. Yeah, so it will serve the client, okay. So next thing is you need the spreadsheet ID, right? So where can you find the spreadsheet ID? Okay, you get the spreadsheet first. All right, so let's get a spreadsheet, and I think I have it one here. So this thing is okay. Where okay. So let's get the response. So this is from my trial version of the form, a first trial version, which is in my email, right? So my personal Google Drive. So it says here, person, that person, name, Ricardo Angeles, and then there's my Gmail. Okay, so what I want to do with this is try to spit out. Try to spit out these things in my access the spreadsheet in my application. Okay, locally. Okay, because this one is online. Okay. Yeah. So whenever you fill up the form, something will go right in here. Okay, and things will be uh, filled up. Okay, so it so happened that I just put one email my email address here, and I just type this in here. All right. So, but the thing is, let's get the email and the name properly using the app that we are building. Okay. So where is the spreadsheet ID? Okay. So if you're gonna go to the address bar, all right. So you're gonna see there docs.google.com/spreadsheet. So I think I do not know if you can see this, guys, but I'm gonna copy it and paste it right here. Yeah, so there we go. And where is the address bar? Okay, so the address bar is after T. Okay, so this one until this one. So I'm gonna copy the ID and Paste it right here. So that's the ID. So that's the spreadsheet ID. You can find it between d slash blah 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 and then slash edit. So that's the spreadsheet ID. All right. So you need that to access this particular spreadsheet. And next thing that you need to do is um, to go back to your JSON file and get the email. Okay. So where is that? I'm gonna show you it to you. Okay. So I think it's here. This this thing, this email. Okay. So you need to copy this email and share it to your spreadsheet. So copy share. Okay. So there we go. So I hope you see that there is I shared um, Google Sheet, okay, to that email. Okay, so we can access it using. So we are editors. That's it. So we can edit uh, this particular form offline or anywhere we are. Okay, that's it. So just share share this spreadsheet to your app. That's it. Okay. So next thing is we have that. Then we were able to share. All right. And next thing is we can choose the data that we want. Okay. So here we have form response one. So what is this form response one? Okay. Let me just show that to you. Yeah, there we go. So I highlighted it form response one. That's the name of the sheet inside the spreadsheet. Okay, and then what's that? B2 and C2. Those are the range. Okay, so those are the cells. Okay, that you want to access. All right. So next is if it's successful, all right. So what's that successful service? So where's that service? This one. It's gonna get the spreadsheet values, all right, and then using this command get spreadsheet ID, and then from that spreadsheet, it's gonna get the range. So the range is from B2 to C2, right? So values dollar response. So it wants this is the code number 17. So line 17 wants us to get wants the computer to get the response. Okay. So if there are values, okay, so we are going to pass it inside this variable, okay, as an array, right? So if empty, you need to say it's gonna check whether the values has something in it or there's none. So if empty, yes, if it is empty, it's gonna print out no data found. Alright. Else, if there is something inside, so it's gonna here. So the standard thing is it create a mask. Okay, meaning say you're not gonna see everything. Okay, unless otherwise, for each code here is executed. So what is that for each? For each value that is present, so it will create an array which is in $row, and then echo printf mask, and then row one, which will contain the email. So if I'm gonna write the first row here, so it's gonna contain the name. Right, you need to say this is B2. So whatever the content of B2 will go in rows and then 0. Right, and then this one will be row 1, and I can hit save. Guys, save natin siya. And Yeah, there we go. So we have compiled the first uh, program. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is to run this particular program. Okay, so I think guys you know how to operate the exam. Okay, so start your exam and then uh, you need to say activate your local host. I know that you know how to do that, and let's go ahead and see the application in action. All right, so there we go. So if I click this thing right here, okay, so try to load sheets. All right, so let's try to do that. Click yes, and you see there's an output. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna, yeah. So there we go. Yes. All right. So if you're going to compare the result, I'm gonna show you the Google Sheet. Okay, so sorry. Okay. So here is the Google Sheet, guys. Yeah. So you will see that I have my name on B2 and it was able to get the name and yeah, the email. Yes. So you will see that there is nothing inside the program that tells you about my email. So this particular right, so where's that? I'm gonna show you the HD docs. Right. Yeah. So here, um, you will see nothing about the email that I input the email there. So you can be very sure that your app was able to get the response from the Google Sheet. Yes. And using the same method, guys, you can modify what's inside the Google Sheet. Alright, so we can input things in there. Right? And we can do whatever we want there, just like a database. All right, and save that particular data or spreadsheet into a database. So we can manipulate, meaning to say we can manipulate the spreadsheet using this particular tool. So I just started doing this right now, and I think that there's a lot of things that we can do using this. All right, so I hope you guys learned something about what I have discussed tonight. All right, today. So I hope to see you in my next videos. I hope you learned something, and I hope that you can use this in making your own application. As for me, I'm so happy that I was able to get it finally. And yes, although there are errors, I'm so happy that I'm able to make my first application. All right. So let's give it ourselves a round of applause and some ways in saying that please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll get updated whenever the university uploaded a new video like this. So bye bye guys, see you next time.